Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, and in today's video, I'm going to be setting up my May budget and debt trackers for 2023. So if that interests you, keep on watching. So for setting up my May 2023 budget and debt trackers, I like to use the two last note pages of every month in my monthly layout from the Happy Planner. So on these pages, I like to use the budget on this side and the debt tracker on the right side. And these stickers are from Sara Marie Stickers, her Etsy shop and everything. And I'll have this specific budget kit and everything listed down below in the description box. So if you have any questions about anything that I show or highlight or use in my videos and everything, to the best of my ability, if it is available, I will have it linked down below in my description box for you guys, okay? And then with those, I'm also going to be bringing in a little bit of designer washi. This is from Amazon that I purchased and everything, and again, I will have it listed down below. And then also from some of the boxes and everything, I'm going to be using Mojo Jojo Plan's her foiled rainbow boxes. I absolutely love this sticker book. I think it's so functional and everything. If you have not purchased from Mojo Jojo Plans before and you're new and this is the first time you're hearing about it, I highly recommend you checking out her shop and everything. And like always, I will have it listed down below in the description box for you. Okay, and so what we're going to be doing is, to start off with, we're going to be setting up our budget page. And with that being said, I'm going to take my Bic whiteout and I'm just going to white out the take note portion here at the top. And then I'm going to pull up the budget strip here. And I'm going to line it up exactly with the corner of the sheet, the side of the page, and the top of the page. And the one thing about Sara Marie stickers is if you happen to lay it down incorrectly, it is kind of fairly easy to pull it up and reposition, on your paper and everything like that, okay? So there we have that situated. And then now we're going to pull in some washi, and I like to have the washi kind of, for some design aspect and everything brought in. I just think it looks nice, kind of doing it this way. So I'm going to line this up with the bottom line here, leaving a little bit of white dead space between the budget strip and the washi that I'm laying down. I'm going to take it just right across, okay? And then I'm going to come over here with my washi cutter from Live Love Posh, and I'm just going to line it up and then tear it off, okay? And then here for my budget and everything, I like to leave a space here for writing in my starting balance for the month. So I'm going to leave that blank. And then I'm going to come in with my income type strip. And I'm going to take that and line it up with the edge here, right in between those lines. And then very nicely just lay it down and then press, okay? And then for my the income type and everything, I do get paid bi-weekly or bi-monthly, so every 2 weeks. So I'm going to leave 3 lines here because for this month, for May, we are getting paid twice, on the 5th and the 19th. So I'm going to leave 3 lines just in case I have like any miscellaneous income or anything from anything coming in. I like to leave that line there. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, line the total income strip up with the edge and right between those lines. And then just like we did before, lay it down and out. Okay. And I'm going to use a little bit of the decorative washi just to kind of break up this section here with my fixed and variable expenses. Okay, so we're just going to line this up with the edge, and again, right in between those lines. And I don't know if you can see with this washi tape in particular, Kind of has like a little slightly glossy sheen to it and everything. So it just kind of has like a little extra punch, if you will. So I'm just going to tear that off. Okay, so we tore that off and then just lay that down. And then next, we're going to come in and I'm going to lay my fixed expenses first over here on this side. So again, we're going to line it up right up against that washi along that line and lay it out. And then I'm going to take my variable strip. I'm going to come over here and slide it around. And again, line it up with that washi strip above. And then lay it out. Okay. All right. And now for my fixed expenses and everything, I need about 9 spaces, but I like to leave 10. So I'm going to take my my total here for the fixed expenses. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then lay this one right here. Okay, and now we're going to come over here to the variable expense side. I'm going to take that total strip here, and I have 3 variable expenses, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then line this up as best I can, eyeballing it with above, and then we're going to lay this out just like so. Okay. And then now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my decorative washi again, and I'm going to line it up right here below the total, I do believe. Let's see here. Yep, exactly. Okay. Just had to make sure I was leaving myself enough space. Oh, all right. So we're going to line this up. Carry that over. All right. And then with the washi cutter again, just line it up and tear it as nicely as possible. Okay. And then next for this section here, I like to leave space and everything. This is where I like to list out any kind of monthly subscriptions I have and everything. That way, in case, from month to month, if there's a change and everything, if I want to, get rid of a monthly subscription or take another one on or anything, I have plenty of space here to do that. Okay. So I'm going to leave 4 spaces here, and then I'm going to come in with my decorative washi again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Putting our decorative washi right here in between these lines. And once again with the washi cutter, I'm going to bring it over here and tear that off. Okay? And then, last but not least, the bottom line and everything here on this page so far is I'm going to put my total potential savings strip. Okay? I'm going to take that and I'm going to line it up right up against that washi, leaving just a little bit of negative white space at the very bottom of my page, and then just lay it out just like that. Okay, so this is where we have right now going on before the pen, and I'm going to show you a little bit what I do with the pen afterwards with like marking lines and such like that. So actually, let's do that right now. Why not, right? Okay. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to grab my ruler, and I like to line it up here for like the estimated. I mean, you can barely see it, like the little pale difference and everything. So I like to line it up here, and I'm just going to simply draw the line here. And I love using these erasable gel pens and everything just because they mark so nicely. They glide on, and they're also erasable. So if I happen to make a mistake or anything at any point, I have the ability to erase it. So we're just going to mark these lines here in, All right, and then we're going to come down here to the fixed and variable expenses. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of line it up here as best I can. And I'm going to draw the line here. And I'm also going to draw a line here. And the reason why I do that is because this section here right below my variable expenses, this is going to be for like my weekly check-ins. So what I like to do with my budget and everything is at the end of the week, say on like Saturday or Sunday, I like to, so for example, May. So this would be for May 1st through the 7th, and I will have the total remaining from taking in my starting balance minus whatever purchases or bills or anything that had to be paid from May 1st through 7th, and then I write in my remaining balance here for that week. And then I do the next thing for the next line. It'll be May 8th through May 14th, and again the remaining balance and so forth. And then at the very end here, I'll write in my remaining balance for the month. So with that being said, and I always have a remaining balance left over because I know that, and I do this because I want to make sure that every week and everything, I have enough funds left in my checking account to cover all the bills that are coming up for the next week, and then also going into the following month at the start of that first week, okay? So, and that's just how I like to do my budgeting and everything. Obviously, you can do yours however you prefer, but if you might find this helpful and everything, just kind of pointed it out to you on how I like to do mine and also what works for me, you know? And my philosophy is whatever works for you, keep doing it. You know what I mean? Because budgeting and everything is hard enough as it is, in my opinion. Okay, and I'm going to come over here with the ruler, and I'm simply going to connect this line here, okay? And then what I'm going to do here, I'm forgetting to write my line here. All right, and then I need to put my line here for my, fixed expenses. There we go. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to write starting balance. Okay, and then we're going to write in remaining. All right, and then that's how we have our budget set up so far. And now we get to have the fun of bringing in our Mojo Jojo Plans boxes. And I'm thinking with the colors I have going on here, I think I want to do like the light blues. I think that would be really, really pretty. I mean, look at the foil on these boxes. Oh, the quality of her stickers is just gorgeous and top notch. So highly recommend. So with these boxes and everything, I'm going to pull in 2 skinnier kind of boxes. And I think, let's see here. I'm going to pull in the lighter blue. So let me use the light here. And okay, so these are 2 of the lighter colors, which is perfect. So I'm going to pull one here, and I'm going to put this right here for the remaining total of what I end up with at the end of the month. Like I said, to carry over to pay for bills at the first part of the next month, okay? And then I take this box, and this box is going to be the total of what all of my monthly subscriptions comes to, okay? And like I said, you know, in case I decide to change my mind and get rid of a subscription or anything like that, I have everything written out here so I can make that decision a lot better. Okay, and then here we have our budget page set up. All right, now let's set that to the side and we're going to move right on over into our debt tracker. And just like we did on the other side for our budget, we're going to white out this little May part here. We are going to pull our debt tracker up, and then we're going to spin this page around, lining up this corner with the corner over here with the side of the page and the top of the page as best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect and everything, just eyeball it to the best of your ability. And then you're just going to lay it out, okay? And then we're going to take our washi tape again, and then we're going to line it up right with the edge of that decorative spine and in between those two lines, leaving a little bit of dead white space just underneath the debt tracker and right above the washi strip itself, okay? And then we're going to come over here and then just rip that off, okay? Now for my debt and everything, I am going to then bring my debt strip over, and I'm going to lay that down right. Actually, I'm going to flip the page here, and I'm going to line it up with the edge of the sheet, or the edge of the page, right underneath, up against that washi tape, and then I'm going to lay it down. And this way, by flipping the page over, I ensure that, I'm not laying it down incorrectly anywhere. Okay, so for my debt and everything, I need 9 lines. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to take my washi tape and I'm going to lay it right along the edge and then lay it down right between those 2 lines. And then take it right across. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to grab my washi cutter. And I'm going to take it right there and just rip off. Now I know you're probably thinking, Melissa, why are you not putting your total strip down right here? Why are you putting this washi? Well, for me, the reason why I do it this way is because I like to, with the way that my eye, looks at the page and everything, I like to see what debt I have here first, still owed and everything. Then this is the section where I write in any debt that I have completely, have paid off and everything like that. And I like to do that because it's kind of like giving myself like a pat on the back, like, great job, Melissa, you did so good. Look at this, you've paid these debts off and everything like that. Keep the momentum up, keep it going. And then I see my total strip for what is remaining, the totals of my debt. So then it kind of gives me, it's kind of like a mental trick of motivation for myself into keeping myself going with focusing on, okay, this is my unpaid debt or outstanding debt. This is all my accomplishments and everything. I'm doing great. Let's keep going. And then here's the total debt. And it just kind of gives like a little fire, burned inside me to just keep going with it. All right. If that makes any sense. Okay. And then for here, I'm going to, again, slide the page around and I'm going to leave 2 spaces right below that. And then I'm going to take that total strip, line it up with the side of the page in between the lines, and then just lay it out just like that. Okay. And then now next with this section, this is when I'm going to bring in my Mojo Jojo Plans boxes again. And again, I'm going to flip over to those blue foil boxes and I'm going to use the 2 lighter ones again. And I am going to pull this one, slide my page over here just like so. And right underneath these totals, I'm going to use this box right here for listing the minimum due. Okay. And then I'm going to put a box right next to it. And that's going to be for the creditor or whoever I owe outstanding debt to. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to use like the medium size box right here. I'm going to pull that up and I'm going to lay that down right over here. In this section here, to the left of the creditor and minimum due totals, I like to have this out as for like, you know, kind of writing down any kind of like promotional or transfer balances or anything like that, or summaries, you know, regarding any kind of like debt or outstanding, you know, money owed and everything, just because it kind of gives me some information on keeping me on track with everything. Okay. And then last but not least, we are going to be taking I'm going to take my washi and I'm going to bring it right down here. And I think I'm going to try to line it up as best I can with taking my ruler, lining it up with that box, and then laying my washi down here, and then lining it with the top of the very bottom line there, and taking it over to the side of the page, and then taking my washi cutter and then just tearing that off. Okay. And then last but not least, I'm going to come over here to this last small foiled box. And this will be the total box here for the minimum due for the month. So I'm going to just slide this around. I'm going to line it up this way here. I think it'll be easier for me to lay it down that way. And then line it up. And just lay it down just like that. Okay, so this is how we have the debt tracker page looking so far. And now let's draw in the lines like we did on the budget side. Okay, so we're going to take this and we're going to line it up kind of here with this box here for the beginning total. And I'm going to just make a line right here in this section here. I don't bring lines down here just because, like I said, this is where I mark down what debts I have paid off and the accomplishments I have made so far. Okay. And then here we have it for our paid. And then here for any interest. And last but not least, the ending balance or new balance. Okay. Oh, guess I have to go over those lines just a little darker. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. There we are. Okay. And now we're going to come down to this little section here, and I'm just going to make a line right here. Just kind of connecting that, and then right between creditor and minimum due totals. Okay, and that is how we're going to set up our debt tracker page and everything like that. Keeps it simple but effective and very functional. So here we have our pages together for our budget and our debt tracker, and I think it really comes out really pretty. Okay, let's pop it in our Frankenplanner, shall we? Okay, so let's pop in our pages. And you'll see it's the last two pages right after my weekly spreads. And that's those 2 note pages, which I use for my budget on this side on the left and my debt tracker on the right. And it looks beautiful. I love it. So thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I hope you found how I set up my budget and debt trackers helpful. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment down below. I love hearing from you guys, and I do respond pretty promptly. And thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you found it helpful. Maybe you learned something, or even comment something down below in the comment section on how you do your budget and debt trackers that works for you. And that way we can share it with the community to help one another out with our budgeting and debt tracking, situations and everything like that. And then we can find out what works best for us and then implement that into our own planning system. So take care of yourselves, guys. Be kind to one another. Spread some love. And as always, I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.